So good afternoon, September 24th, 2013. This is CISG114, Section 2, Web Technology Live. This is the beginning of the second week, but actually this is the second day of school for this section. We launched one day last week because of the Mid-Autumn Festival, so we need to catch up today. So here we go, let's get started. Good afternoon. Welcome back. Wow, I got a microphone that has a very strong voice. Let me just tune it down. Okay, I think it's going to be all right. So first of all, remember, you need to come in and choose a table which occupies not more than 4 persons. Okay, so you come in here, you discover that you see some table with 4 persons already. You cannot go to that table. You must go to a table with fewer than 4 persons. We're going to add the number of persons later. So you come in, you select a table. Right here, you can have this table, you can have this table, or you can have the other table. Okay? So welcome back. Today is Tuesday in the second week of this semester. And if you look at the calendar here, we're in week number 2, but presumably we're in day number 3. But actually today is just the second day of class because we lost one day last week due to the Mid-Autumn Festival. Now whenever you come to this class, make sure you bring your syllabus with you. Okay, the syllabus which I delivered to you at the very first day of your class last week. So we have to come back to day number 2 or week number 1 today, and hopefully you've already done something here, and we have to go through them very quickly. The theme of this week is coming to terms to Web 2.0. What is meant by coming to terms? That means you have to accept life as it is today, with technology, and the technology that has been with us for the past number of years, actually past decades, web technology. And today we call this Web 2.0. Web 2.0. And our lifestyle is called Life 2.0. So it's very interesting in this particular second day of class, and I have to introduce to you. Now, I'm talking in the first half hour. In the second half hour, I'm going to do the sharing for you. Okay, so I checked the sign-up sheet already. Today we are supposed to have 3 persons doing the sharing today, and another 3 on day number 4, right? So don't worry, I'll give you the time to do the sharing, but let's go through the material that we're supposed to have gone through last week. So what exactly is Web 2.0? Okay, it's a web technology that has changed our life a lot. So let me see if I could help you to understand Web 2.0 by walking you through a very short video. But before I do that, get ready. Each one of you grab one piece of the A4 paper I deliver to you on your table. Get your pens ready. Okay, you're going to join down some notes. Okay, because whatever I invite you to watch, I mean that you need to capture something from it. Okay, so if you do not do that, that would be a waste of time. So let's get ready. Everybody get a piece of paper I've already given you and a pen so that you can start joining down the notes. We are going to explore the idea of Web 2.0.
Welcome to another video on explainingcomputers.com. This time, I'm going to talk about internet developments known as Web 2.0. Defining exactly what is meant by Web 2 is about as difficult as nailing a jelly to a wall. That said, most people agree that Web 2 involves making new and improved forms of online connection between 2 or more people, between 2 or more online services, or between individual users and software applications. Identifying these three types of connection also enables us to isolate the three key aspects of Web 2 as being interpersonal computing, web services, and software as a service. Interpersonal computing is about using online technology to connect people to each other in social networks or business teams. The key interpersonal computing aspects of Web 2 are therefore things like social networking sites, wikis, blogs, and online video. Examples of these include Facebook and MySpace for social networking, Wikipedia, blog creation sites like Blogger, and video hosts including Kaltura and YouTube. All of these sites allow anybody to add as well as to access content, to leave messages and comments, and to exchange digital media, including photographs and video. Web services are components of online functionality that can be plugged together like a kind of digital Lego in order to create an integrated online offering or mashup. For example, many companies use the web service of a payment service provider, such as WorldPay or PayPal, in order to allow them to easily take credit card payments online. This results in customers interacting with two organizations that are automatically interlinked via the internet. As another common example, web services are also frequently mashed together to integrate a map and related data from one website into another. For example, the property website Rightmove integrates local information from About My Place, which in turn obtains its maps from Microsoft Virtual Earth. And as a third simple illustration, anybody can cut and paste a YouTube video embed link to create a web page that is drawing content from two sources, and with YouTube here providing the web service of video hosting. The final key aspect of Web 2 is software as a service, or SaaS. This involves application functionality being offered directly over the internet. In turn, user data and applications can then be accessed from any internet-enabled computing device. For some years, human resources and project management applications have been successfully offered over the internet by companies including Employees and Clarion. However, online replacements for personal desktop applications are now also available. For example, Google Docs is an online word processing, spreadsheet and presentation package available for free over the web. As an alternative, Zoho also offers a Microsoft Office compatible set of online applications, together with tools for project management and other business functions. As yet another example, Juice has launched a free online desktop that also enables people to access their files from anywhere and to share them with others. Many people are still dismissing Web 2 as the latest marketing hype. However, this is probably only because they are unaware of the online service and application delivery aspects, and are hence mistaking the concept as being about no more than teenage social networking. However, in terms of both business and computing, over the next few years, Web 2 is likely to change the ways in which many companies will link together, as well as the means by which many of us will access our data and software applications. Not least, the purchase and installation of expensive standalone software is likely to reduce substantially, and in turn this will impact on existing key industry players like Microsoft. As Google and other Web 2 pioneers have shown, a new business model is becoming possible. This involves providing basic applications and services for free, and then charging a small minority of users for service support, customization, or association. One challenge ahead is to see how robust and more broadly applicable this Web 2 business model may be. As Web 2 takes hold, many companies will need to alter their online strategy. The old Web 1 business model was based around building a great website and just hoping that people would pay a visit. However, in the Web 2 age, it is known where most people go when they first log on, and this is to Web 2 sites such as MySpace, Facebook, or YouTube. Inhabiting these magnet cyber locations where customers are known to be, rather than just expecting people to pay a company's own website to visit, therefore has to become a key online strategy. Hopefully, this video has given you an improved understanding of Web 2 and its implications. For more information, please see the Web 2 pages of explainingcomputers.com. So that's it for another video, and I hope to talk to you again very soon.
So here we go. You just heard and watched a very short and very concise video explaining to you the context of Web 2.0. We are talking about Web 2.0 this week because we lost one day last week. In the day number 3, we'll be actually talking something in day number 2 today because we lost one day last week. So I want you to take that piece of paper in front of you, the white piece of paper, and produce one idea you capture from this video. Everybody just produce one idea you capture from the video. Now your idea may or may not be the same as your colleague's idea in the table. You write down one ideas that you capture after watching this video. Remember, this is your little challenge because every time when I show you something, I want you to pay attention and then I want you to produce something after reading it, all right? So this is a habit of learning. If you cannot do it this time, it's okay. But you need to ask yourself, this is what I have to do when the teacher shows me something. Because if you do not produce it, it's very hard to carry on with the discussions. I give you 2 minutes, all right? On that piece of A4 paper, you write down something which you remember after watching the video, okay? 2 minutes, okay? Because time is very sensitive. Everybody, go ahead, 2 minutes on that piece of white paper. Now don't write on the green paper yet. The green paper has some other connotations. Okay, this is a very concise video, very excellently presented in the context of coming towards the Web 2.0. 2 minutes. I'm going to stop you when we step into 2:45, okay? What do you remember after watching that video? What do you remember? It's okay. You can always watch it back at home, but here in class you need to subject yourself to the challenge that I invite you to take it up today in this class. What have you remember after watching this video? One single point. Not a sentence. Idea could be in point form. Okay? One precise idea you capture. Okay? It does not have to be a sentence. It could be some points. Okay? Idea you capture. Now on your own 2 minutes. On your own 2 minutes. You need to learn to pick this up. Because whatever time you use to do something, you got to have the ability to pick it up. At least something very simple. Alright? Web 2.0 is, or Web 2.0 brings something. This is an exercise I'd like to invite my student to do at the end of watching a very short video in order to make sure that they know they have to pay attention. And the contributions in marking down this single idea, that means the capture of watching the video helps the discussion through. So let's see how they're doing. It's okay, just keep on, whatever you can capture. Your partners will give some idea to you, alright? We can continue. Just 2 minutes, okay? And then after that, we will have something else to do. Oh, yes. currently, this is what I recommend you to do on that piece of A4 paper. You throw it into 4 portions, into A5 size. That means you have 8 small pieces of A5 paper where you write anything on it. And that is a very effective way you can keep notes, alright? If you happen to forget, this is what you need to do. And you will not waste material. Okay, a piece of paper is a piece of paper. If you fill up the 4 slot on one page and on the 4 slot on the other pages, you will have 8 pieces of small paper for you to write on. It's very important. Less than 40 seconds. What have you remember after listening to this video? The person's there is doing what he could to explain to you in a very concise, illustrative way what Web 2.0 is all about. At the very beginning, I told you that we're going to see how much you can get from this video about the influence of Web 2.0 in our lives. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to take up another challenge. So 2 minutes over. Now take a look at the pieces of paper that is produced by each one of you on that table. I want you to do clockwise. Just circulate your paper. Circulate your paper, okay? Pass it to your partner in the table and let each one of your tables see what you write on that piece of paper, okay? It's very important that you circulate your paper so that everyone in your table see what you write. And now you have 5 minutes time to talk about it. Now, you have 5 minutes time for discussions now, after you have used the 2 minutes writing down something. 5 minutes at most, okay? I'm going to stop you when it's 2:50, all right? Talk piece is your time to discuss with your fellow member at the table what they discover, and so you can have some impact on what have you heard, what have you remembered, okay? It's your time. We need to do something in class. Make sure you understand the meaning of this exercise. You learn things together. Okay? So to your fellow student, what have you written? Okay? And then everybody can add to your knowledge with some bits or pieces of the material I gave you. Okay? What have you written? Let's say SaaS, software as a service. It's very interesting. PaaS, you have to explain to your friends what exactly is meant. Okay, IaaS, wow, that's very interesting. You got something. And then everybody captures software as a service. Wow, you got a picture here. That's very interesting. Web 2.0, interpersonal. Okay, software as a service. Okay, thank you. It's okay. Everybody will forget something. Let's go ahead. Oh, I don't want to disturb you here. Yes, you got something. Okay, SaaS, okay, software as a service. All right, everybody got software as a service. Okay, Web 2.0 is connected with...
I'm using...
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, sure. You write something on your own, it's okay. He used an example of Facebook, MySpace, and Google, and then Microsoft, Virtual World, all these examples. Okay, it's connected with our life. Okay, so and then he talked something about what? The strategy, Web 2.0 strategies, and then the implications. So what do you see in this particular aspect? Do you remember anything concerning the Web 2.0 strategies or Web 2.0 implications? Ask your friends on your table, okay? You can help one another to remember something. When you watch something, you just let your sensing mechanisms to perceive that, okay? It's very important that you know something about this. You should be talking to one another. What have you heard? What's your idea? What have you written down? What did I see? I can't remember a lot. Okay? What's 2.0? 2.0. 1 minute for that. Now make the best use of your discussion time, because it's the time when you can learn the best from your friends. For those material you forget, okay, you want to keep it. Alright? Suppose now you're being asked, what do you think about web technologies today? So what will be your answer? Everybody have used some web technologies today, and some of you and many of you have mobile phones, which is also a type of web tech. Okay? And you go to work, or maybe you come to school, you go back home, you switch on your computer, you go up to your Facebook, you go to check your email, you go to see your friends to see what they are doing. So here I would like to bring your attention to another very interesting episode, Life 2.0. That means your living and learning habit because of the Web 2.0 impact. Let's try to see something here.
First-year student from Elmira, New York. So do you have a social networking website?
Yeah. No, I do not have a social networking website. Unless Facebook counts. I have a Facebook.
Facebook, MySpace, that I don't go on anymore. A whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not a project with too.
I mean, now I have more social networking sites than I know what to do with.
Facebook Addicts Anonymous for college students.
You said you spend a lot of time.
I was just on Facebook.
How long would you say on a normal week? Like how long do you think you're on Facebook?
Added together,
Or in a day? You want to do a day?
in a day it will be easier. Probably 3 hours a day at least.
It's just kind of like in the background. Like sometimes I'll spend a lot of time on it. Sometimes it's just like, okay, well I'm typing my paper. I'll just go look at a window on Facebook.
Probably too often for my own good.
My computer doesn't log me off. So I'm always logged in. And then my phone also checks all of my social networking 24/7.
I see them having notifications, friend requests, like anything new.
And then I kind of scroll down my homepage to see if anything interesting is happening with my friends.
Any new messages, or I see what events are coming up, whose birthday, like what parties are coming up.
I go through and look at what people have said to me and what people have said to other people and go through the statuses and annoy people by commenting on their statuses unnecessarily.
When did you guys start using social networking websites?
I get a MySpace like 8th grade. You too, actually.
Yeah, in high school. Maybe 9th or 10th grade.
MySpace probably my sophomore year. As nobody would answer their phones over the summer, so I finally came to be on MySpace.
Do you remember why you started using it?
What else was?
Because I don't know how to have them.
Everybody else in school had them. Actually, I remember the exact conversation I had because this girl, Kelsey, I knew, insisted that I needed to get a MySpace. That was her exact words, and at that point, MySpace wasn't big. It was, you need a MySpace. What's a MySpace? Like, no idea what that is, what you're talking about, so.
Why do you still use them?
Like I said, because you kind of need to in college. All your clubs are on there, and especially Facebook. A lot of clubs have Facebook pages, and anything that you really want to, you're interested in or you want to get in touch with, it's on Facebook always.
Yeah, I like the fact that I can talk to my family anytime that I want to, send them a message, make sure they know that I miss them. But other times it's just a hassle.
Well, they're really convenient for keeping in touch with people that you might not necessarily have enough to say to fill up a whole email, or I don't know, it's just sort of the type of environment that you get in like a school. You're having limited interaction with people, but they're still there if you want to say something to them. It's like passing people in a hallway. They're all present here, acknowledging them, but you might not be having a conversation with all of them.
I think it's important to feel connected to people around you, and I definitely feel connected to people around me. Like I don't like go out of my way to ask people things about things sometimes. So it's really nice to just know things about them, even if I forget to ask.
Do you add people before you've met them face to face? Never? No. Never? No.
Yeah.
But why?
From Arcadia, like before I came here, then.
A lot of kids from Arcadia actually friend requested me like before, like from our class before we came here.
Like, when I didn't really know people, I was just adding people to see like who's coming to this school, what are people like, are they like me?
What was it like meeting them for the first time? Like in real life?
Awkward. Awkward just because like you talk to them on Facebook and you have conversations and you're just looking at a picture, but now you're actually meeting them, so you don't know whether you should like shake their hand, hug them, like, or if they're gonna think you're totally different from the way you were online.
I have gotten added before I met people, and there were a select few times because I couldn't figure out if I actually knew them or not, that I've accepted it, and then been like, oh, just kidding. But if I don't know somebody, or I'm not sure if I know somebody, I usually like message them and be like, why did you friend request me? Sometimes I'll get an answer back, sometimes it'll be like, oh, just kidding.
Do you feel like your social networking profile depicts you differently than you are in real life?
No, it's about as close as I could get for being an abstract, sort of basic definition of who I am.
I'm a dork online, I'm a dork in real life.
I don't know. I mean, when I was younger and my profile was nothing like the person that I really am. It was more to like get more followers or more friends. I wanted to seem cooler than I thought I was.
I think it's a little different. I mean, people don't really know who I am, really. Like, doesn't really say, I don't really put a lot about me on there.
I don't know. I think putting too much of yourself out there is also not such a good thing.
I depict who I am and the kind of things I believe on my social networking site, so it makes sense to me because that's what it's there for.
Do you feel like people tend to be different in real life than they are on a Facebook profile?
Most of my friends aren't, but some people can be, like they can crop their pictures and make it look like they're not the person. Yeah.
I feel like some people are like that though, like they're not the same person they are like online.
Especially like people you know, and then you go on and you're like, yeah, no, that no.
Happens a lot. A lot of kids in my high school were really fake. You meet them in person and be like all fun and everything, and then you go to their Facebook and they're like all gangster or whatever, and it's like, you're not cool.
A lot of people will either talk themselves up or talk themselves down. I know a lot of really, really awesome people that if someone was to judge them by their Facebook, it's like, wow, you're a loser.
I think it depends. I think it depends on their age. Like I find that people who are under the age of 16 who have social networking accounts, theirs tend to be a little like way off the mark from who they are face to face. But when you're like 19, 20 and up, it tends to be a little more honest.
But kind of I don't know, maybe the way they talk to people, you know, like their pictures, obviously if they're like partying and stuff, then I know that they like to party, like just kind of obvious things. I mean, I don't really like judge people too much on what they put on Facebook because you can put anything on there, really.
You don't really know someone until you like meet them. Like, I met my roommate like on Facebook, and she's totally different than I like. She's like, I still like love her. I feel like I love her on Facebook and I love her now, but like she's so much cooler than I thought she was gonna be.
Here we go. Now we just heard some freshman students and also second year students, I'll tell you when they are asked about the life because of the impact of the Web 2.0. Here we go. I give you at most 5 minutes time to do a table discussions on your own. And each table you need to have a moderator asking the same question for each person to answer. Do you have a Facebook account? The first question you need to ask. How long have you been using Facebook? Okay, this is the second question. The first question, do you have a Facebook account? The second, how long have you been using Facebook? How many hours will you use Facebook per day? Okay, what if, the last question, what if one day you discover that you do not have Facebook? What would you do? Okay, so these are the basic questions you need to try to tell your members in your table. And then finally, you need to tell your friends something about your perceptions of the web technologies in your life. Okay? Very simple things. The first 4 questions are very simple, but I guess I can get some statistics from you. You just have 5 minutes time to share among your table. Remember, the theme of this day number 2 is coming to terms to Web 2.0. Okay? So that's the theme of the first week. I need you to do something on your own to come to terms with it. 5 minutes before we turn the microphone to the 3 students who are supposed to share with us in the second half of an hour. Okay? And so we have 3 students sharing today. It's Sandra. And then the second one is Gayan. Are you here? Gayan? No. And then third person is Davey. Davey, are you here? Okay. Gayan is not here today. Okay, thank you. Right. So the 3 persons are ready. So after your discussions in 5 minutes, you collect some data on your table. Okay? You can use the green piece of paper. Okay? You can draw a table. Okay? So the column could be the persons in your table, and the rows could be the answer to the 4 questions. Do you have a Facebook account? How long have you been using Facebook? What is the average number of hours you use Facebook per day? Okay? What if you do not have Facebook today? Finally, what do you perceive as the impact in your life without web technology? Okay? So, almost something like this. You have the most 5 minutes. I'm going to stop you at 3:10. Actually, not 3:10. 3:07. Yeah. Actually, this is just the first half of the interview with the students.
Awesome, man. Have a nice meeting.
Cứ con gì rồi nhất định
It's a specific topic you select for podcast. That means you want to take one topic under that 2.0 and then ask to do what you That's the requirement as well. But you can
Is it the nose or
the notes. This part we don't talk about. Notes means the notes. Okay, you take notes, right? Notes. You take notes when you're doing. And just slide it. We'll discuss. That is notes. Okay? That is what we mean by notes. Bucket in Chinese.
already supposed to be, but I don't know what should I write down.
Okay, then you have to read the online journal link. In the online journal link, I say there's something called O, something called I, something called A. What you observe from the beginning, you take notes. Okay? What you observe from the beginning, you take notes. That's observation. After you finish, you have to ask yourself a question. What is it?
Is it just I need to pick up some useful information?
Yes, because every time you finish reading something, you must take notes. Pick up information. That's what I mean by notes. Okay? Because this from your own discovery. Discovery means your findings. Okay? Now you put all your findings under O. That's observation. And then you ask the question, what does it mean? Generally, your own perspective and that's your interpretation. After you get some interpretation, you ask yourself a question, what have I learned from it? That is interpretations. So this is a process. You take notes, ask questions, you take the lessons from it, you learn how to use it. That is the routine. It's true, it's very much
I have
about
just submitted.
No, you don't need to say it. Just say it. Just go to home anytime, okay? You just save it that I'm doing. Save it using your online journal like a video. And every time when you correct it, You don't need to erase your earlier stuff. You just keep it that way and copy the following paragraph. That is your edited version. You keep your different versions. I want to never know how you go from state 1 to state 2. It's very important. Like, don't just delete your previous book. If you delete your previous book, you will never remember what you wrote. It's an electronic book. So just say it. Okay?
All right, I think it's time's up for your discussions now. I would like to turn the attentions to the green piece of paper, okay? I will give you enough time before the end of this class to finish it, because I would like to pick it up. We must now turn to the student sharing section, all right? So we have the first lady, Lysandra. Now, I have the microphone here. Do you need to use the computer? No, you just stand there and then I could just take you, right? All right, so let me just give you the microphone. And then wait, let me turn the camera. So we have the first student, Lysandra, help us to understand her reading of the last week.
Hi, I'm Lysandra, and I read like 3 of the readings. And then the first one I read is a web technology group. It's a Wikipedia page. And that group is also known as Hyperlink. And it's a UK-based company. And it creates complex web systems for public and private sectors, and it partners with Vodafone and Microsoft. And the second one I read was about blogs, wikis, and Web 2.0.
Thank you.
And Web 2.0, from my understanding, is how we use the web nowadays, which is to create, share, collaborate, and communicate. And wikis, Wikipedia, so you can contribute your information or edit information. And these cover specific areas. And then blogs is like a web blog, so blog. And then it can be controlled by one person or a group, and it discusses events and forums. And then there's social networking sites, which is like Facebook, where people share their similar interests, where they can chat and connect. And then there are content hosting services, such as YouTube and Flickr, where people post their own things, but copy infringement is a problem. And then there are podcasts, which is audio and recordings, which is like a video and audio type of YouTube, I guess. And it can be transmitted to PC or iPods. And then there are some things about copyright, which I don't really understand too much. Okay, and then...
You did a very good job already.
Okay, and then Web 2.0. I also did what is Web 2.0, which is how Web 2.0 defines society. And I think it is how we use the internet. Web 2.0 as a social web allows us to interact with our friends and even meet new people. As an interactive internet, it is easier as developers try to simplify it to make it more popular. I think that Web 2.0 is mainly about sharing different types of information with everyone on the internet, creating a global village.
That's pretty good. You did a very interesting walkthrough of the topics there. And congratulations on what you accomplished. Could you mind telling us something? Did you put something in your online journal, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Would you mind sharing some of your online journal stuff in the public discussion forum? Or you can actually write your own blog there. You see that we do have a blog in the website, and you can publish it using your blog. So all of our students could read it. But first of all, I think it's much more convenient at this time to put it in the public discussion forum for week number 1, so that if any student would like to respond, you can have friends talking with you then.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Lysandra. Would you pass the microphone to Gayan? Yes, Gayan is the second one. Very good. This is very interesting and very nice.
I need to open my journal.
Oh, sure. Then you can go to, let me just go to open the journal for you. Yes, yeah, maybe I can help you. Yes. Here we go. I can get you, I will walk you to the journal. In that case, you can just see the journals. Okay, Gayan's journal is right here. We got 6 journals. So So when it's your journal, let me know, okay? Right here, right? So is it good enough? Down a little bit, right? Okay. Yes, it's good enough. All right. A little bit down. Okay. So, do we want to go to your a convenient screen so that you can just talk with the screens there? Yep. Let me see. Right here, Gayan. Thank you.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kanye, and today I want to share what I read in week 1. And the topic is images for web technology. Have you ever searched images or pictures on the internet? Yes. I think all of you must do that at least every day or every week. When I click the link of images for web technology, there were a lot of pictures come out when I see these pictures. They all have the same characteristics. That is all related to have a computer or the Earth sample. Why do the images have samples when I search it? Actually, there are many reasons. I would like to share 2 points of my view. First, all web technology must need a computer or equivalent equipment to do. So when we search it, we can easily imagine what web technology is. Furthermore, we can make friends or find some information through the internet. That's why the website come out many samples with computer or the Earth. On the other hand, to create a new image on the web, there are 3 elements. One is to be simple, and second one is to be image or make up easily, and the third one is to have words to be included. For some websites, they create a very simple sample to represent their websites. Like Facebook, it has the background of it is blue color, and there is a letter F with white color. To add to that, let me name out some famous websites and browsers to let you imagine what their samples are. Like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, YouTube, and Dropbox. Both of them are extremely popular websites and browsers that we always use. And that's the end of my sharing. Thank you.
That's very good. You did a very good job. You have everything set up right here. So you pass the microphone to Dave. Dave, you need any? Do you need to?
No.
Okay.
Well, my name is David. My topic is information privacy. Information privacy is a new topic in everyone's life. So, firstly, we must know what does it mean. On the Wikipedia, it is briefly introduced as the privacy of personal information stored on computer systems, which include 7 types of information: internet, cable television, medical, financial, locational, political, and educational. Information privacy is an important personal right, and netizens must realize the importance of protection to it. All kinds of personal information is connected to everyone's daily life, and no one may be willing to reveal their privacy, or even the information of a nation. Like political privacy influence the voting system. For instance, medical privacy concerns people's insurance coverage and employment. Therefore, we must protect our privacy by the following methods listed by the Wikipedia. First, the policy communication, P3P, the platform for privacy references, is a standard for communication privacy practices. It is standard standardized by RDF, Resource Description Framework. P3P users can set their personal privacy preference in the software options. When users are entering the websites where users' personal information will be collected, you can wonder. Second, policy enforcement is necessary for the privacy protection. XACML is used to describe security policy, and DRM. Additionally, EPAL, the Enterprise Privacy Authorization language, is similar to XACML, but it is not a standard. Eventually, protect privacy on the internet. Sometimes you may be unaware of giving away your personal information on the internet. For example, you click into the connection which is unencrypted. Therefore, users are supposed to browse websites and participate in other online activities tracelessly while anonymized. Thank you.
Wow, you have included in your sharing a lot of very interesting technical information that you discover through your literature search. And we really need to ask you to tell us more later. So this is very good. Thank you very much, Dave. Okay, we give great thanks to the 3 students who share with us today. Definitely, you did a very good job. Help us to enlighten the classroom and all. So now, before we continue, let me go back to my computer, and I would like to play you a very important video. The video is concerned with what we just did. Thank you. All right. So that is the idea of active learning. You did something. I give you the chance to share with us that particular something, and you learn from one another. And I'm sure we each could benefit a lot from this. This is active learning.
What is active learning? First, active learning involves teaching techniques that are something other than straight lecture. Second, active learning is not an entire project or assignment, but a much smaller task you give your students. However, a project or assignment can have several active learning pieces within it. Third, in order to consider something active learning, students must be doing something including discovering, processing, and applying information, not just listening to a lecture or reading a PowerPoint. Active learning can take many different forms, and instructors often use different strategies in face-to-face and online classes due to their differing approaches to teaching and learning. For example, in a classroom, the instructor might ask each student to turn to their neighbor and discuss a particular topic. In an online course, the same exercise can be accomplished using a discussion thread, document sharing, or instant messaging. The idea is the same, but the approach is different. So what about these examples are considered active learning? In our face-to-face class example, simply having students turn to their neighbor and discuss a topic is active learning. In the online course, having 2 students discuss the same topic via a discussion thread is active learning as well. Research shows that students learn more when they're engaged in active learning. It's important to remember that lecture does have its place in both face-to-face and online environments. However, during active learning, students are involved in much more than just reading or listening, and more emphasis is placed on higher-order thinking skills, such as analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Further research has shown that students retain 70% of what they say and write, and they retain 90% of what they do. Compare this with the fact that students retain only 10% of what they read and 20% of what they hear, and you'll start to understand why active learning is so important. Now that we have an understanding of what active learning is and why we should implement it, let's look at some specific examples to give you a clearer picture of what constitutes active learning in practice. Let's take the example of a small group discussion. In a face-to-face setting, you might group students up and ask them to discuss a particular topic. While this alone is active learning, you can add to the exercise by asking each group to present their findings to the class in the form of a standard presentation, a radio or TV commercial, or a comedy skit. Now let's look at a small group discussion in an online course. You can group students into separate discussion threads and have them discuss a particular topic. Again, this alone can be considered active learning. But you can add to the exercise by having students present their findings using various Web 2.0 tools, such as recording a presentation with a PowerPoint or Prezi, submitting a voice thread with audio and a series of images that relate to the topic, or present their topic in story format using Google Maps. As you can see, the possibilities are virtually limitless, so be creative. Both our face-to-face and online active learning examples cover the higher order thinking skills of analysis and synthesis, but what about evaluation? In this example, it would be quite easy to hold a peer review of each presentation. In a face-to-face class, you can simply have students give their opinions on how appropriate each group's observations were and how well they presented the information. This should spur more conversation with the guidance of the instructor. In an online course, peer reviews can be held using a simple discussion thread or a voice thread. So what about these examples are considered active learning? In our face-to-face and online class examples, the small group discussion is active learning, as is the preparation for the presentation itself, and the peer review of the presentation. Each step in the process is itself a distinct active learning strategy. Since students retain more information during active learning, simply stated, active learning equals better learning.
So here we go. The reasons why it involves you to do so much classwork. Sometimes it's the meaning of active learning. All right? I hope you can learn better. Now I'll give you 5 more minutes to finish the exercise on that green piece of paper. Remember, you need to look up information from each member of your table to investigate the web technology in your life. Okay, if you've already done it, it's very good. I'm going to invite you to stand up to share with us information. If you have not done it, you got a chance to continue to do it for another 5 minutes. All right. So collect information from each member of your table for the following question: do you have a Facebook account? How long have you been using Facebook? How many hours do you devote to Facebook in your life per day? What if you do not have Facebook today? What's become of your life? Okay? And then one final interpretation from each member. What do you believe web technologies have done in my life? Okay? You must answer this question. Very fast question. Alright, so look over to your piece of paper and see if you got all the information you need. Alright? I'm going to hand the microphone to the table. They're ready to help us to understand more about your participants in your table. Alright, 5 minutes, okay? Yes, sir.
I might be the only widow in this class.
Oh, very nice. So are you using something else?
Yeah, I use a lot of
QQ, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because you might have a chance to use Facebook. Yeah, okay. Okay.
If you want to be
Yes.
for example, cell phone.
Yeah.
Once you log in, these programs are not my I don't want to explode. They have ways to find out where
I think you have a lot to tell your members in this table.
I already did.
Oh, that's great. Let me give you a chance to share.
No, I'm just. There's not a question you all ask. Assuming that we all use, but I deal with.
Oh, okay, that's good. It is not Facebook for you. It could be QQ too. Okay, it's something like I'm just trying to use Facebook as the most common social networking, and if there's not Facebook, you can use QQ or something. All right, okay, so very good. Lights, very good. Not all of opinion. The answer to the previous question. Do they use Facebook or do they use QQ? Okay. How long have they been using Facebook? It's really up to your table. It is the collaborations, right? You can just pass the table to everyone. You have to draw a table with each person's name on top, so everybody feels the same. This is one way to do things together. Okay. So do you remember the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough.
Write down your name.
So may I invite some table to share with us your findings? Oh, that's good. Our ELC colleagues are here, okay? So may I just hold you for minutes from your discussions? Let me introduce you. Yes, come on. You're not Miranda. Okay, it's okay. I have the privilege to invite our ELC colleagues to come here today to introduce to you some services provided by the English Language Center. Because later on you have to do some writing and they will be a big help to you. So let me pass the time to Kevin and Christy, okay? They will come again on Friday for another service introduction. Today is the first one on writing services. We're stepping into the third half an hour period now. So guys, let's just listen to Kevin.
So good afternoon everyone. We are tutors from English Writing Center and I'm Catherine and this is my colleague Christy. And we are here to introduce our writing center and our service to you. So first thing first, let's know where our writing center is located. When you enter the library, you can see the stairs to the ELC, but you don't need to go downstairs and just pass the security and walk straight. And to this computer station, you can find a glass door, and that's our English Writing Center located here. And this is our website. So what kind of services does our writing center provide? The main services we provide is a one-on-one consultation. If you have any problem with your English writing or speaking, you can make an appointment with our tutor. So how to make an appointment? You can go to this website, ewcc.appointee.com, and you can register for an account. And this website will need you to fill some private information like your address and telephone number, but you don't need to write your real number or real address because we will not send you a letter or call you. You just need to write down your personal email and set up a password for future use. And then you can select a tutor and select a suitable time. So this service is provided from Monday to Friday. So besides consultation, we also provide some academic and study skills related workshop. This workshop will be held from October 9th to November 6th. There are 10 topics. You can find on your leaflet, the leaflet, there are also introduction about this workshop. Because there will only no more than 15 students in each workshop. So if you are interested in any one of this, so please just sign up quickly because it is easily to get full. And how to sign up? You can just send an email or call us and reserve your spot. So besides workshop, we also have chat room. It's like an English corner. You can come 4 times per week. We have chat room on the 2nd floor of the library. And you don't need to sign up for chat room, you just walk in. And also we have writing circle. Writing circle, how writing circle is different from our consultation. Writing circle are usually held by a small group of students, and it is designed for basic writer to practice some writing sentence, paragraphs, and short essays. And it's also the same as the chat room. You don't need to sign up for this, just walk in. And besides for all the services, we have this annually student author magazine. If you have any good writing or good paper, you're very welcome to submit your writings and paper to our EWCC review. After your submission, when we select, if your paper or your essay is selected in this magazine, we will publish your writings in this magazine. And probably you will get a surprising gift. So all the poster I just explained to you, you can find it around the school. And for further information, you can also find it on the leaflet. So these are all the tutors from the Writing Center. This is me and this is Christy. So right now I will let Christy to show you guys a video.
Okay, now and let's watch a video, and the video will introduce some information about English Writing and Communication Center. And after the video finished, I will ask some questions for you. And if you give me the right answer, you will get a free prize. So let's watch the video now.
And presentations, and so on. We can even do some rewriting, like brainstorming together.
To book a consultation session, go to ewcc.appointee.com. Click on New User to set up a new account with your personal email. And it's not suggested to use your UBank email. After you have logged in, just pick a time and click on Book Now. An email will be sent to you for confirmation. Remember that each session lasts for around 40 minutes, and writing is a process which takes time. You are encouraged to visit us again after revision.
In the writing center, we discuss the writing interactively by asking and answering questions, looking up dictionaries, and searching online information together. Here, we are not making evaluative judgments that this writing is horrible, or I guarantee the professor will give you an A. Instead, we will discuss and give you some suggestions. You are the writer of your assignments, and you will decide the ultimate changes of your assignments. We all here here, so we sit together to talk about a topic, organize and structure the content, and address your concern. I think my argument here is a bit weak. Is there any way to strengthen it? We can give some examples, facts, and statistics. Why not have a try? Sometimes you are stuck in the process of writing. Sometimes your mind goes blank. Come to our writing center. We can brainstorm together to search the light bulb in the dark tunnel and find aha moments. How can you relate beauty with the brain? Think about it. Oh, smart is the new sexy. Be smart, be innovative. That's it. We encourage process writing. So, don't worry if your writing is not perfect enough. You can come here again. Seize the opportunity to improve your writing.
Tips number 1. Writing is a process and usually takes several consultations to shape a good piece of writing. So it's better not to come here just 1 or 2 days before deadline.
Tips number 2. Don't forget to bring along your assignment instructions, topics, and other materials related to your writing. Come to the writing center. Come to the writing center. Come to the writing center. Come visit us at the writing center. The writing center is a welcoming and supportive environment.
We are very comfortable and share my thoughts of writing is being part of.
You guys do the writing process.
Our mission is to support you as you election a competent writer.
Okay, and after finish the video, we will ask some questions for you. And the first one is, where is the writing center? Okay, this pretty girl, you can answer the question for me.
走入圖書館一路直行。
You're right, and we will give you a prize for you. Thank you. And the second question, what are our opening hours? You can find the answer from the leaflet. Okay, you can give other people a chance. Okay, who can answer the question? Okay, I will wait for you.
From 9:30 to 11:30.
Yes, exactly. We can give you the prize. And the third question, what services do we offer? You can just give us 1 or 2 activities or services. Who can give me the answer? Okay. Can you give me, okay, this pretty girl, okay. Workshop. Or workshop, and also we have the consultations, writing circle, and the academic workshops. You can find the information from our leaflets. Okay. And the last question, the last chance, how can you sign up for a workshop? How can you sign up? You can also find the answer from our leaflet. Who can give me the answer? Who can give me the answer? How can you sign up for a workshop? Yes. I think maybe you will find the answer from. Yes, you can give me the answer, I think. Okay. You will find the green area from the leaflet and how you sign up for workshop. Okay, and we will give you the answer. You can go to our office or you can send an email to us, ewcc.umac.mall. Okay, do you understand? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And if you have any questions, you can come to our office or send us email. So thank you for your listening. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you for our colleagues from PIC. It's concerns to come back on Friday to introduce the APA documentation. Thank you very much. All right. We still have 15 more minutes, so let's go back to our class. Now, we just finished the sequence from day number 2. I highly recommend you to go back to day number 2 and watch those very short videos on blogs in plain English, wikis in plain English, RSS in plain English, social networking in plain English, and social media in plain English. I guess you just need about 10 to 15 minutes to watch them all. And these are very valuable short videos to get you up to speed on what it's entailed in Web 2.0 technology. Now, we are going into week number 2 now, although we just have 15 minutes left. Whenever you come to the new week on the Moodle environment, I would like to invite you to read the theme there. The theme of the first week, second week, third week, and fourth week is inquiry-based learning, okay, IBL. Now, beside IBL, look at the green wording above the theme. It said, Common Module 1, Introductions to IT and Knowledge Society. And that's the theme of this week in terms of the textbook that we use in terms of web technology and mind. What is the theme of last week? Coming to terms to Web 2.0. I have just given you enough today to learn how to come to terms with 2.0, and you produce a green paper, and I'm going to pick it up in a minute. Just to give you some idea of what is meant by IBL, okay? Inquiry-based learning, because this is what we're going to talk about today. I would like to play you the following video, and remember, I invite you to use one piece of the A5 here to put down one simple and single observations that you can capture from the video, okay? Remember, each one of you has one single challenge. At the end of the video, I want you to put down on your A5 piece of paper your observation of what is meant by IBL, okay? What is meant by IBL after watching the video. So this is your challenge. The second time, I would like to put you into this challenge today, all right? So let's go for it. Inquiry-based learning from Appalachian State University's questions.
Inquiry-based learning. Inquiry-based learning.
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that bad that I don't know that?
Here we go. One step at a time, don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend, I'm walking on my mind. Sunshine in my brain, and you never want to complain. Radio in my heart, don't be being so strange. You're gonna live in everywhere you've been. Everybody says that you're moving in. I want to ride. Inquiry means to ask within. So what you're trying to do as a teacher is you've got to ask them to look inside themselves for the question, the desire to know something. You start with the desire to know.
Inquiry-based learning is about training students to act just like scholars. We, scholars, frame questions and we answer them. That's just what we're training students to do when they're in an inquiry-based learning environment. In an inquiry-based learning environment, they're acting just like scholars.
It wasn't simply a lecture. They were having to be active in coming up with their own ideas and interpretations. Even if they were wrong, you know, they had to be active in thinking about it rather than just be passive receptors of information.
There's a common misperception about inquiry-based learning, and that somehow inquiry-based learning doesn't involve lecturing. It does. In an inquiry-based learning environment, professors provide content. What's different is that students do something with the content that is very immediate to them. They'll go and apply those concepts and that content to questions that they've designed.
That's the goal, to liberate the student into being the primary question asker and learner. The idea is to turn students into question askers again.
A lot of times we undermine what children know or what students like us know by not asking them questions, by not asking them to go out in the community, do research. We almost cripple them. It's more engaging than regular textbook learning. When you actually care about what you're learning, then you remember it in the long term.
Instead, inquiry-based learning enables students to be part of knowledge.
If they don't get a chance to practice asking questions, then how are they ever going to get free? They're going to think they need a classroom or a teacher or a structure their whole lives.
It's important that they understand the knowledge that's in that textbook, but I think it's also important that Appalachian students have an understanding as to how does new knowledge and how are new discoveries made? How did that knowledge get into the textbook to begin with? Maybe even it spurs them on to think about, you know what, maybe I could discover something, or maybe I could do a study or create this piece of work that nobody else has done yet.
Don't ask a question you know the answer to. Ask genuine questions and try to pursue an investigation of the students.
If you want to get teachers to want to do this, they themselves have to be willing to do inquiry. They have to be the inquiry experts. They have to just wonder about everything.
It's not safe for a teacher just to get up in front like an expert, spout a lot of facts and impress people with how smart they are. It's much harder to reveal your own ignorance in front of a group of people when you're supposed to be the expert.
Then I have to model ignorance and confusion. I can't just model knowing. I have to model exploring.
Imagine accurately what students are interested in so you can make suggestions so you can kind of get them to think in a curious way. And yet still fulfill the requirements of the class.
Because it's just much more straightforward for all of us if I just tell you. And if that's all I do, then it's deadly.
I may do quite a bit of talking in any one class. In another class, they may be working on their own in small groups.
You gotta have the common universe that everybody's working in, so everybody's taking the same class. But then students have to somehow individualize it or instantiate it in reasonably unique ways.
Definitely leave frustrated because the more you know, the more confused you are.
Except that I'm learning in a different way now.
Students also resist. A lot of students do want to be told. They like to come in and say they're visual learners. I now know what this means. It means put a PowerPoint on the slide and let me copy stuff down.
Students usually come into my class at first, on the first day, thinking that knowledge is all about me, the professor, pouring some knowledge into their heads. And later today, the students will take an exam and prove to me that they've memorized it.
It's really easy for me to hear something, see an example, and retain that. and then be tested over it.
Just set traps for students, like kind of trap students, so they'll get wary. You're always looking for the teacher trap. People won't engage.
In an inquiry-based learning environment, the setup is completely different. It's about the students acting like scholars. It's about students creating knowledge. It's about empowering students so that they believe, no, not that they believe, that they understand that they can do what scholars do. They don't just have to absorb the opinions of other people.
It's just a lot more open-ended. It's just more fun in general, actually.
I really like the fact that it was more of a conversation instead of being talked at.
It's frustrating at times when you have other teachers that are still trying to do the, I guess, old school sense of education where they're trying to just be like, A, B, and C are on the test, and this is what you need to know, and then you understand the subject. And I've found myself more questioning.
There'll be benefits. If you do it, at the end of the semester, you'll discover you have capacity that you didn't know you had.
I would definitely say I've learned more in this class with inquiry-based learning because I'm forced to hold my knowledge like as my own and use it every day as opposed to just like the hour that I'm in my class. And I take it everywhere with me.
You need a well-rounded education to be, to integrate into society, but at the same time, you can't just memorize what the teacher tells you and be done with it because then you'll never integrate into society.
All of our knowledge is grounded in a desire, a deep desire to be a community with other people. That why do we develop knowledge anyway? I mean, like I'm just talking about like over 10,000 years or something. Like, why does anybody care about anything? We care about it because we want to be in the world successfully with the people we love.
It applies to so much of my life. It's not just about academia, it's life.
Here we go. You're just watching the episodes of inquiry-based learning of the Appalachian State University. Now, each one of you should have your understanding of what it means by that. Now, because of the time constraint, I do not want you to hold you longer than what is needed because you might have classes to go to now. So when we come back on Friday, I would like to see how much we can get into IDL by using some of the examples I put on the websites there. But I would like to pick up a green piece of paper. So you just need the paper on the table so that I can come to pick it up. Now for those of you who have classes, you're free to go at this point because it takes time to go to the next class. Alright? So I have 4. So 25 students today, but actually I have I have 28 students in this class. It's okay. So let me, if you can stay a little bit longer without going to the next class, you can come to see me. If you have any questions, if not, feel free to go. I'm going to tell you, this is how I take attendance in the class. Cookie, are you here today? Thank you. Tiago, thank you. Garlai, are you here? Garlai? Chan Garlai? No, you're not here today. Cecilia, are you here? Thank you. Stop Z, are you here today? Thank you. Juliana, thank you. No, are you here? Chu, thank you. And then Wai Young, thank you. Ga, K, thank you. Jason, thank you. And then Ita, thank you. Josh, thank you. John Man, you are here, John Man? Not yet. Gao Young, yes, thank you. And then Lissandra, definitely. This is Severo, thank you. Ladia, thank you. And then Ji-In, are you here? Thank you. Yok Ling, thank you. Gin Sing, Felix, thank you. Mario, thank you. And then Wang Jose, right here. Are you here? No? Okay, Jerry, thank you. Kenny, thank you. And then that's Joanna, thank you. John Z, thank you. Davey, yes, thank you very much. You're all here except for 1, 2, 3. I see you on Friday, okay? Just leave the green piece of paper on the table. I can pick it up. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Okay, let me check. All right. Let's see. Here, right? Yeah, that's okay, thank you. Actually, we do have any homework, but you will expect to do reading at the gym, because then you get yourself prepared, you do the sharing, and you get points of it. You get points by doing the sharing in class. You get points by giving notes in your journal. Okay, that's considered as some kind of homework, but not rigorous. You don't need to submit, just say, I don't see it. No, I don't count number of words. It's still very much. I was going. Some people just take it like one form. Some of the writers are kind of it's not very important. So whatever way you do it, okay, it's okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. The whole semester. But it's better for you to complete the journal or the week. So last week you complete the journal before this week. And it's good for you to complete this journal before next week. Because that will help you to keep track of it. If you have everything together, it's not good. Okay, you understand? It's free and but you have to be responsible. Yes. You must put your homework in the journal, not homework. Here is a journal. No, it's not wrong. It's not you. Everybody's encouraged to share. But you also need to put it back in your journal. That's where you put. When are you going to share in the public discussion forums? After you have finished discussing with your partner. You need a name of partner for the end. Okay? Then you will be given a peer discussion forum. You will be talk about it. And the discussion you put it in the public discussion forum. Okay? And you see the sequence. You do it in an online journal first. And then after you name your partner, both you and your partner will be given a peer discussion forum. After your discussion, you put what you finished discussing in the public discussion. Okay? So make sure you put it back. You don't need to delete it. Just need to copy it. Until you back up. If I want to, let's say, just respond to the online public discussion forum. So yeah, every week I'm going to send out a message. Those of you who want to sign up, just respond to this message. Say, I want to have this to share. Yeah. So this week, number 1, you see this is my message. Asking you to sign up. Okay. What you need to do is to respond to this message. That's this reply. Everybody just respond to this. Say it. That means I want to share. Yeah. You say, I want to stop to share. Then I'll do this stop. Right? This is how I do it. This response. This week, today is day 3 already. So the only chance you can do is sharing is on Friday. But if you do it today, you just respond, respond. Day 4, not day 5. Okay. Day 5, I'm not issuing.
Deadline is next week. Yes, I will probably issue a message this Friday, but we invite students to do it next week. But now we want to do it on Friday, we need to respond to last week's session. Okay? All right. I see you. So that's it for today's class. CISG 114, Section 2, Web Technology and Live. This is day number 3 at the beginning of the second week of the semester. Until this Friday, which is day number 4, stay tuned.